Hi, I'm Danny from Turbo Strawberry. Okay, so, I'm inspired by I've cut that out. I'm inspired by a YouTuber I like called The Wonky Angle, and I wanted to review one of the albums I have over there. And let me get it. I have a bunch of notes written down, so I'm gonna keep glancing down. Today we are talking about Experience. This is Experience Expanded, remixes and B-sides. Experience is a 1992 is the 1992 debut record from the rave group The Prodigy. And The Prodigy, you probably know them for their album The Fat of the Land. This is stupid. I'm pointing to nothing at the moment, but I have to edit that in. So yeah. That album was a huge commercial success here in the States, over in the UK, goddamn everywhere. It was monumental success with singles like Smack That Bitch Up, Firestarter, Brave, all being humongous hits. Yeah. Um, Prior to that, though, they made two just absolutely phenomenal records. My favorite one, Music for a Jilted Generation, and the one we're talking about today, Experience. Now, yeah, Experience. I have a bunch of notes written down here actually. Uh, Experience was one of the first EDM albums to feel like an album. A lot of them kind of felt more like. Let me take this bandage off. It's not distracting. A lot of them felt more like singles collections, if anything, which makes sense. A lot of it was meant solely for raves, so. But Experience felt more like a tangible album you could listen to at home. And I like that. So, I don't want to keep waiting or stalling because I have nothing else to say because I don't know what the heck I'm doing. Let's get into the song, starting with Jericho. I don't know what to say about Jericho. Jericho is a just awesome tone setter for the entire album. From the samples, the repetitive Chipmunk sped up samples to the techno 303 squelch sound to the fast breakneck breakbeats. It sets the tone perfectly for the album going forward. It's just a good intro in my opinion. Let me flip this thing on. It's just an overall great intro. I have nothing else to say. Next up is Music Reach 1, 2, 3, and 4. It's just called Music Reach 1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I kidding? You know, let me pull it up. Music Reach 1, 2. Yeah, it's just called that. Put on the background. The copyrights will kick my ass. It's a fine enough song, honestly. It's funky. It's fun. Okay, I wrote down in my thing that it was just fine, but no, I really like Music Reach 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, a lot. The live version sounded the Out of Space single, which I have. I'm not gonna get it right now because I got a better single, which we'll talk about after this. It's really fun as well. Maxim's a fun guy. Alright, nothing more to say about that. Next up, we have Wind It Up. This is Wind It Up Rewound. This is not Wind It Up. Okay, shut up. Wind It Up is one of my all-time favorite Prodigy songs, and it is depressing that it is not on streaming. So I had to go out of my way to get this, which features the remix Wind Up Rewound, and I had to go out of my way to get this, which has all the songs that were taken out, such as Wind It Up. I don't know if you can see, so just Wind It Up. Hyperspeed GeForce Part 2, and Charlie Triple 2 Drum and Bass. All was taken off, which sucks. And by extension, so was Wind It Up Rewound. I really like these four people. They're cool. I like the Prodigy. Um, yeah, the piano, the drums, the "Wind It Up" sample makes for one of the most fun songs I have ever listened to. It is infectiously happy. Infectiously happy. If you listen to this freaking thing, you're gonna have a smile on your face. You're gonna be dancing all over the place. You're gonna be singing along. God, it is seriously one of the greatest dance tracks I've personally ever listened to. Next up is Your Love. I don't know what to say about this one, honestly. It's a good song. It's a good song. Fine enough. Comes after what I just praised. This is one of the coolest cover arts of all time for me. I can't explain why. But well, Your Love is a fine song. What more to say? Next up is, oh my god, yes, Hyperspeed G-Force Part 2. I'm assuming in the B-sides there's a G-Force Part 1 called G-Force Energy Flow. That's a good B-side, by the way. I actually kind of want to talk about those as a separate thing. Yeah. That's a thing for another day. Hyperspeed G-Force Part 2 is another song not on Spotify, unfortunately. Quite like Wind It Up, but my god, from the vocal sample at the beginning that is a conversation between two astronauts, I think, which awesome, by the way. You know what, let me pull it up. I don't know, I'm scared. What was I thinking? Hyperspeed Prodigy. It's awesome. Oh my god, I love this album. I can't wait for my friend to listen to it. Anyways, stop making sense here. I have not listened to Talking Heads yet. I'm getting so off track. Oh my god, Hyperspeed is one of the most, like, Wind It Up, one of the most infectiously fun songs. A much more energetic, faster paced, and more percussion heavy song as well. Oh, it's awesome. It's awesome. If you want something like a bit heavier, I think if not Rough in the Jungle Business, I think Hyperspeed Years Part 2 is one of the heaviest songs on the album. Yeah. Next we have Charlie, ripping into a drum and bass version. So we went down for that, and it's fun. We should listen to it out, listen to this album. Usually when I listen to this album, I kind of skip it, I'll admit. It's not my favorite, but it's good. It's good. Alright, next is Out of Space. You know what, I'll just get it. God damn, I have so much. Out of Space was, I think, Prodigy's first big hit. I mean, Charlie was a pretty big hit in the underground rave scene. Got Prodigy on the map there, and I don't know how well everybody in the place did, but Out of Space was what really caught the attention of the public at large. And for very good reason. From the wacky sound effects they use to the amazing "I'm gonna send them outer space, find another race" vocal sample, to just how fun the song is. It is an even happier song than Wind It Up. It makes me happy. It makes me want to bounce around. It makes you feel like you're in a bouncy castle. And, God, if there's one song I can't recommend enough, admittedly, it's Weather Experience, but we'll get you that. The other one is definitely Out of Space. Alright, next up is Everybody in Place. That rhymes. Specifically, the 155 and Rising version. And I really like the song. When I looked on Album of the Year, it was one of the lowest rated songs on the album. It's still a solid 60-something, I think, but I really like it. I liked it a lot. It was love at first listen. Like, majority of this album. It is a absurdly fun and fast-paced version of Everybody in a Place, which has a third version called Everybody Plays Fairground Remix, which is also fun, but 125 and Rising is the fastest. If you want something fast and funky, it makes you feel like you're on a carnival, there you go. Next up is my personal favorite Prodigy song, actually. Yeah, it is. Weather Experience. Weather Experience is the longest track. I think one of Prodigy's longest. Clocking in at 8 minutes and 4 seconds. The song starts off unusually slow. It slowly builds and builds and builds and builds. And throughout the build, like the admittedly 3 or 4 minute long intro, it is almost beautiful. It's a rare ball of beauty in a Prodigy album. Sort of like the intro to Climatize, which, when I get to Fathomland, you're going to hear me praise that song a lot. Yeah. But midway through a track, thunder strikes, the clouds roll in, and then the rainstorm happens. And then the entire song just breaks down into percussion and TR-303 madness. It is... the slow build-up, that is so worth the slow build-up. It lasts like that for like a solid 3 or so minutes until the song slows back down again for the slow finale, which goes right back to the intro. I don't know how to describe this. It is one of my favorite songs of all time. I can't explain exactly why. Maybe it's the slow progression that I absolutely love that, admittedly, is done a lot better here than it is in The Heat, the Energy from Jilted, where you'll get you that. Yeah. Freaking amazing. Next is... Wait, before that... By the way, this is not the Electro version, this is the British XL version. I'm gonna probably get the Electro version eventually. On here, there is a remix of Weather Experience by the musician Topaz. I think it's pretty cool. Obviously not, as good as the original, but Topaz is a solid musician. I like him. I really haven't heard much of his music outside of that. I looked up on Spotify and it was barely anything, but I bet if I heard more of his music, I would really enjoy it. So, yeah. Next up is Fire Sunrise version, which... we have to say this at this point, this album is so good. There's not a single song here I genuinely dislike. Oh my god, this entire album is great. It is a fast-paced, almost reggae-inspired track, which the synths, the samples, absolutely glorious. I don't have much to say about the song, Irvin. It is another one of my favorite tracks. It's awesome. Next up, we have Rough in the Jungle Business. And it's fine. It's okay. I don't have much to say about it. It's usually a skip for me as well. I'm Charlie Trippin' to drum and bass. But it's fun. It's good. On the Outer Space single, there's a remix by let's see. Okay, by Liam himself. Okay, by Liam himself. All right. Liam, the main big guy of Prodigy, the sole producer, the guy who makes the funky beats, made a remix of a song dubbed the Uplifting Vibes Remix. It's 420. How funny. It's a lot better in my opinion. That's just based on personal opinion, though. I don't know. And finally, the album caps off with the live song Death of the Prodigy Dancers. I don't know how to say it like that. And that is just a really fun entry to the album. It's the only appearance of Maximum Reality on the album. The one of two MCs of a Prodigy Sorry, and now the sole MC Prodigy. Rest in peace, Keith. He's fun. He's freaking wild. I don't know if you can see it. I don't think it can, but I have the live DVD/album, Worlds on Fire, which documents the Warriors Dance Festival show. One of the coolest DVDs I own, along with Nine Inch Nails' Beside You in Time. I really like Nine Inch Nails. He is just freaking wild. He is one of the most mental MCs I've seen since MC Ride. And I say a lot because MC Ride is goddamn mental. He's just really fun. He's the living embodiment of a trope, large ham, and I love it. I love him. I love it. I try to listen to the song on its own, like without Maxim. It doesn't feel right without Maxim exclaiming he's going to commit homicide against a couple of dancers. It doesn't feel right. Yeah, it's a good goddamn ending. Okay, it's a good ending. Overall, my overall experience, the Prodigy experience, it's just called experience, but I call it Prodigy experience. Experience is a just so fun of a record. If you want a fun techno record, there you go. Experience. I have no other album to recommend you of an experience. It's a good starting point for any people trying to get into a Prodigy. It's not as crazy as, let's say, Jilted, Invaders Must Die, or They Is My Enemy. And it's not as crude as Fat of the Land. It's not as out there as No Tourists and Always Outnumbered, Never Outgunned. It's a good starting point to get into Prodigy. Overall, I give it a solid 9.5 out of 10. It would be a 10 out of 10 if I didn't already give a Prodigy record that, and that's Jilted. I really like Jilted Generation. Okay. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. If you like this, thank you. I like doing this, and overall, if I can remember tomorrow, I'll be covering the expanded disc, which includes a bunch of B-sides. More as a little fun thing. Doesn't really count towards the overall album's ranking. It's more of just a little fun thing because I like talking about B-sides. Well, I think I got singles for crying out loud. They're fun. But yeah, this has been Danny of Turbo Strawberry. Thank you for watching.